Data entry is one of the easiest skills to learn and start operating as a virtual assistant. And if you are interested in becoming a data entry virtual assistant, this video is for you. Because in this video, I'm going to share with you what exactly is a data entry, what skills do you need to have in order to become a data entry virtual assistant, where to find clients, and ultimately how to become a full-time data entry virtual assistant. Before we get started, I will advise you to find a piece of paper and a pen to take some notes, because it will be a lot easier for you to start implementing what you learn if you have it written down on paper. Okay, let's start with what is a data entry. Data entry is generally inserting some data or updating some data from several sources into usually a Google Sheet or Excel file, but sometimes even adding some data into a normal Word document. Let me give you an example. If someone can send you a text, a written text on paper, something like this, and they will ask you to write it, to copy the text they have a handwritten note into a Word document, that is also considered a data entry. And another example is, let me take an example of a real estate agent. If you work for a real estate agent, they might give you a link to a website like Zillow and a link to a Google Sheet. Google Sheet is like an Excel file, if you know Google Sheet, and you can just go to the Zillow. There are a lot of properties with their address and their property value and their rent estimate, and your job will be to find properties in certain area, to take a name or address of the property and add it in an Excel file, and also take the property price and add it in an Excel file, and also the rent estimate, add it in the same file. So you see, in one line in an Excel sheet, you will have the property address, the property price, and the property rent estimate. And they will ask you probably to get a list of maybe 100 properties. So that is data entry. You get some data from some online sources and you add the data, or you sort the data into an Excel file. Another example will be for someone who have an e-commerce business, maybe someone who have a Shopify website, and they might give you a task to check their Shopify store every day and check their quantities of product quantity that they have, and check out the number of orders they have per day, and you update the quantity that they have in a Google Sheet or an Excel file. So this is an example of data entry. You find some data from some sources, from online sources, and you add it in another file. You sort the data and make it more readable and make it more easy to understand in an Excel file, usually Excel or Google Sheet file. And sometimes, let's say I create a survey, and the survey will have a form, and the people who submit their answers in a survey form, they have their names, they add their email addresses and their answer to the survey and any other responses that they have. And your job might be to go to the back end of the form and take the name of each individual that submit the form, you add them in an Excel file, and you take their email addresses also, you add it close to their name, and you take all their responses and you add it right next to their email address. So this is also data entry. So if you don't know what data entry is, I hope by now you have a better understanding on what exactly is data entry. Now the next question is, what skills do you need to have in order to become a data entry virtual assistant? This is very easy really, because all you need is a good knowledge of Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, and how to use the internet. That's really it. If you know how to use basic knowledge of Microsoft Excel, then you can use Google Sheet, because Google Sheet and Microsoft Excel is like the same thing. So if you know how to use one, you know how to use the other. And if you have a good knowledge of using the internet, then it will be easy for you. If a client give you a website, it will be easy for you to just browse through a website and find data based on their instruction and add it in an Excel file or Google Sheet. And in terms of working tools, what do you need to become a data entry virtual assistant? You just need a computer and internet connection. That's all you need in terms of tools. And I don't think you can become a data entry virtual assistant with your mobile phone. There might be some minor tasks that you can complete with a mobile phone, but I would say generally 99% of the times you are going to need a computer in order to become a data entry virtual assistant. And the only soft skills that you need in order to thrive as a data entry virtual assistant is typing speed and attention to detail. Because you are inserting data, a lot of data, you might need typing speed. If you have typing speed, It will make your job a lot easier, and you need to have attention to detail. If you don't have attention to detail, then working as a data entry virtual assistant is going to be a lot challenging for you. Okay, now that we know what data entry is and what skills do you need in order to become a data entry virtual assistant, how can you get started? In order to get started as a data entry virtual assistant, your very first step is going to be create your account in a freelancing platform. The best 3 freelancing platform right now is Upwork, Fiverr, and Freelancer.com. I recommend you start with Upwork and Fiverr. You can try Freelancer.com, but personally I don't really like how Freelancer.com works, but you can try it yourself and see if you like it. But I recommend you start with Upwork and Fiverr. And there are a lot of steps in creating the right account on Upwork and Fiverr. So there is a recent tutorial that I created on how to create your account on Upwork, your freelancer account on Upwork. I'm going to put a link in the description of this video, so you can watch that tutorial and follow it step by step to create your data entry virtual assistant on Upwork. As soon as you finish creating your account on Upwork, you can start calling yourself a data entry virtual assistant, because your account on Upwork is going to be your portfolio. If you follow all the steps right and set your account right, then you will be ready to start sending proposals. You will be ready to start looking for clients. And how can you find clients on Upwork? Well, Upwork use Connect. As soon as you finish creating your new account, Upwork are going to give you 50 free Connect. You are going to use that Connect in order to find jobs. Some jobs on Upwork is going to require 8 Connect, some will require 10, some 16, some even more. And when you exhaust this 50 free Connect that they gave you, you will have to buy Connect in order to apply for jobs. And so that is why your goal should be to find your first client with that 50 free Connect. How it works is, if they give you this 50 free Connect, when you find the job and you apply for the job, if the job requires 10 Connect, as soon as you apply for the job, you will have 40 Connect left. And so that is why you have to use the Connect wisely. There are a lot of steps involved in applying for jobs the right way on Upwork, so that you avoid wasting your Connect and you avoid also wasting your time on the platform. And you can watch this next video to learn how to apply for jobs the right way on Upwork. If you find this video helpful, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe. I will see you in the next one.